Well, hello YouTube channel. It has been literal years since I've posted on this channel. I recently was looking at my YouTube channels because I also have a vlog channel. And that vlog channel was one that I actually started around the same time as this channel. I started both of these when I was a freshman in college. And that vlog channel has now turned into I post whenever, like random vlogs. And I post a lot of videos of trips that I take with my family and stuff so that I can go back and look on it. And it really is more of a hobby than anything. I started this YouTube channel my freshman year of college, and I recently was scrolling on it and found some comments of people going, "Where are you? Like, where did you go? What's going on?" And so I'm just gonna make this video right now for you and just kind of explain where I have been and where I want this channel to go from here. Because I do want to revamp this channel just a little differently than I guess where it started. But I'm gonna make this video like I used to make my original ones, which is literally just me talking to the camera, unedited, raw footage, and uploading it so that you guys can know what's going on. So to start this, we're gonna go back to when I started this channel. Again, freshman year of college. I was a music ed major in college, and any of you that have been a music major, you know how taxing of a major it is. And people don't really talk about it, but it is. And as a music ed major, you're basically doing a dual major in one. So I was taking 20 plus hours every semester for 4 years. I was working 2 to 3 jobs, trying to just make money for gas and things like that. And when I started this channel, I was trying to post on it regularly, like weekly at least. And then that became more rare, and I started trying to edit my videos more. And then the last video that I posted on here, I believe was in 2017. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure the last video I posted was like right after a breakup. Hey, stop. That's my dog. And so I haven't posted on there since. And I wanted to tell you guys kind of what has happened since then. So when I was in college, when I last posted on here, I had just been through a really hard breakup. I dated a guy for 1.5 years, thought I would date him all through college and marry him and that would be it. But that relationship was very toxic and actually abusive. And at the time, I wouldn't have called it abusive, but as years have gone on and I've reflected on it, I realized that at the time, 1, I didn't let myself admit that it was abusive. And 2, I also didn't have the words to call it. It wasn't until years later that I heard somebody else sharing their story, and then I started going to therapy, that I realized that is exactly what had happened to me. So I was in a 1.5 year long abusive relationship, and I ended that relationship, and it really just had taken everything out of me. I had put my all into that relationship and really given everything to that person. And so my friendships had suffered from it. I myself had suffered from it. My spiritual walk had suffered from it. It just was not good. And I truly was really broken after that point. And because I didn't know how to say that, or I didn't know how to talk about it, I didn't get the help I needed until years later when I had kind of just moved on from it in life. So after that relationship, I ended up kind of being a little boy crazy is what I would say. But at the time, I wouldn't call it boy crazy because at the time I mentally just was not in a good place, period. And when you're not in a mentally or emotional good place, you can't make the judgment calls that you need to make. And so anyways, I ended up about 6 months after that relationship, maybe not even, I ended up meeting another guy, dating him for about 3 months, and getting involved in a campus group ministry that we had at the school. He ended up breaking up with me after a few months, and then that situation got really messy and dramatic really fast. At the time when I was there, I don't know how it is anymore, but at the time when I was there, there was just a lot of drama going on, and everybody kind of stirred everything, and it was really hard. I had people that blamed me a lot for the things that were happening to me. And that guy, the rest of that year, I still had feelings for him. I became very attached to him because of what I had been through with the abusive relationship beforehand. And again, didn't know how to verbalize that, didn't really understand what was even happening to me. I just knew that that's how I felt. And now looking back on it, I can rationally tell you why. And so he knew how I felt and like knew that I still liked him. And so for the rest of that year, he manipulated and I was giving him the romantic attention that he wanted, and he knew that I liked him, and so he used that to his advantage to continue to get that from me. And so eventually I confronted him and said, hey, you know, are we together or not? Like, what's going on? And this was after literally a year of this going on. This was all of 2018. And so after that happened, you know, he very quickly told me he did not have feelings for me. And so that ended that. And after that ended, I ended up leaving that campus ministry. And when I did, I had a lot of people that blamed me for what happened to me while I was there. I had people that were not supportive of me leaving. I ended up losing a lot of friends after this whole thing happened, just from all the drama and the mess and the hurt and things that were said. And then after that, I kind of had decided, you know what? I know I'm a music ed major, but I really want to go into ministry. I don't want to date for years and years. I'm done. Like, I'm done with all this. I'm leaving. And ended up, after I graduated college, I ended up being a music teacher, and I started at an elementary school. And I also met my now husband, because I'm now married. I met my now husband in spring of 2019. So ironically, when I had given up on relationships, I was done trying to take control of them. I was just done with all of that from all the hurt that I'd been through. I met him, and he is the most wonderful man. He loves me in such a way that reflects Christ, sacrificially and selflessly. And I love him so much. And so I met him in that spring, started teaching. I have now taught, this is year 3 for me. My husband and I got engaged in May of 2019 after having our engagement pushed back for a long time. We were planning on getting engaged after dating for a year. We started dating in March of 2019, and we were gonna get engaged March of 2020. And then we all know what happened at 2020, the pandemic hit. And so our engagement, our future got completely pushed off. I can make a whole nother video about that too. And also during this time, after the second abusive relationship ended, I spiraled into anxiety disorder, really struggling with my faith. And I was diagnosed with OCD and anxiety disorder, and have had to work through the muck of that because I was struggling with invasive thoughts, specifically invasive thoughts that were blasphemous to the Lord or attacking my faith. And for a long time, I thought that I was unforgivable. I thought that I had done the unforgivable somehow, even though I wasn't in control of what was going on. And I was very fearful that I just was unsavable, and that no matter what, I couldn't be saved. And that is so far from the truth. And again, I can make another video about my OCD anxiety spiral and what the Lord has done and taught me. So all of this was happening at the same time. My now husband and I ended up engaged in May of 2020. We got married in September of 2020 and are very happily married. My anxiety and OCD has been way better because I started going to therapy. And last year, 2020, fall of 2020, was really rough for me. I ended up losing 2 students while I was teaching at the elementary school. And one of them, I obviously can't give details about things because these are students and it is their information. But what I can tell you is one of the students that passed away, it happened in a very crazy way at school. And there were about 15 of us that were there, teachers that were there. And obviously we tried to help that student, and the student ended up passing away a few days after. And it is the most traumatic, hard thing I have ever been through. going through that, witnessing that, having to recover from that. And it still gets to me some days because I've learned a lot about grief too, through my therapy that I have done. And, but I'm okay, and I'm only okay right now because of the Lord. I know that. The only reason I'm okay right now is because of Jesus. And so that was December. Well, that was really October through December of 2020 was when all that was happening. So fast forward to now, January 2021, no, 2022. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I started teaching at a middle school this year. I am a choral director at a middle school, which is my dream job. It's what I've wanted to do since I was 12. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's been really amazing to see how the Lord opened the door for this job as well. And that's another story I can talk about. So I am now choral director at a middle school, married with 2 dogs. That's one of them. I don't know where the second one's on the other couch. So that's Snoopy back there on the dark brown couch, and then Zuko over here. And they are our 2 dogs, and we love them, and they are our 2 children right now. And that is where I have been for the last however many years. And that is why I have not posted on here genuinely until recently. And by recently, I mean like probably within the last like 6 months or so. I have not been in the emotional, mental state to do stuff like this. And life just got crazy. And I, like I said, in college was so broken by relationships and friendships. And, even in 2020, I went through some relationship losses, like friendship losses, and it's devastating and it's hard. And I just truly, it has taken me a long time, but it is only, within the last probably 6 months or so after going to therapy for a while, having official diagnoses and diagnosis, but having that and really just working through those things that I'm now mentally in a good place. I am now at a place where I feel way better with the Lord and am doing great in my faith. And I'm going to sneeze. And this is unedited. So, but anyways, it's only been recently that I have felt good, and not just feeling good, like emotionally and just living off of the emotion, but also like knowing that Jesus has me on my best days, on my worst days. Jesus has me when I am having the most spiritual high day, and on the days where I'm like, man, Lord, I'm struggling today. Like, he still loves me. And, having my faith secure and not struggling with that doubt anymore and that fear anymore has been life-changing, because now I'm able to move on from all these other things too. And that's where I have been. That is why I have not posted on here. Every time I thought about posting on here, I was not in the right mental place to do so. I have been through the ringer over the last probably 5-6 years, and the Lord has taught me so much. And I don't say any of that to say, that my life is harder than anybody's or to complain on here, but truly just to tell you guys, this is my story. These are the things that I have been through that truly the Lord has brought me out of. The brokenness that I was in, and just the devastation and feeling rejected and feeling not good enough and feeling just so insecure and off about myself. The anxiety spiral, the OCD, like being out of control and not understanding what was going on, and the fear that comes from all of that, and the shame and the guilt, all of those things. And then the grief and loss of students and dealing with the trauma that comes with, witnessing something like that, and not only dealing with the grief, but then your own trauma of processing. And I'm telling you guys, it is only through the Lord that I have gotten through those things. It is only through Jesus and his strength and his peace and his power. And I truly could make a video about every single one of those topics. I could make a video about the relationships, both romantic and friendship things that I have been through. I could make a whole video about the anxiety, OCD, and depression spiral, because I also struggle with seasonal depression and that stuff now as well. I could talk about you know, finding my husband and just how God ordained that whole situation was, because that's really crazy, and how amazing that is, and, you know, what a relationship and marriage and all of that kind of stuff. I could seriously talk, I mean, I could even talk about career-wise, like how do I know what the Lord's will is, and how do I know which job I should take and which, like, there's so many things over the last 6 years that I could easily make a video about. And if you would like to hear any more about any of these things that I have talked about, mentioned, please put it below. I would love to share with you what God taught me through each of those things, how God brought me out of each of those things. But that is where I have been. My goal for this channel is to post more on here. And most likely it will be more videos like this of me just talking raw and honest and real, and just telling you guys what God has done or is doing. And I would love to continue making these videos. So if you are watching this and you're still interested in this, please let me know. If there's a topic you want me to talk about or something I mentioned in here that you're interested in hearing, what, you know, what I've learned or whatever, please put it down below. But yeah, that's where I've been. I will post on here. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to post like super consistently, because I'm a teacher, and not only that, I'm a middle school choral director, and being a choral director is a lot of work that nobody talks about. So, you know, but I would love to post on here as much as I can. And yeah, I think that's it. I really just wanted to tell you guys where I've been and kind of tell you what my vision is for this channel. And I would like to revamp this channel and post on it more frequently, but probably not consistently. But yeah, let me know if there's topics, even topics I didn't talk about in this video, that you would like me to cover. And yeah, I think that's it. So whoever you are, wherever you are, just know Jesus loves you, and he is the Lord of everything. He is our Savior. And he loves you so much. He died for you and rose again, proving that he is Lord. And all you have to do is trust in him, and you will be saved. And I promise you, you will never regret it. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Leave a comment below telling me what you want to hear about. And yeah, God is good. I'll see you guys next time.